sit down.
And now, streaming live from the sunny Southern California coast, this is Options Uncensored.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve. Welcome to Options Uncensored. We're making real option trades in real time together. Let's get right into it. First things first, make sure you have your brokerage account open so you can follow along. Have your YouTube video quality set as high as possible. That we can read the numbers a whole lot easier. Have a calculator on hand so we can do some easy math. If you have a question or a stock you want to go over together live, leave it in the comment section. We'll go over it together. And finally, remember, this is not financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's take a look at our open positions. Markets are up today slightly after the jobs report. We have CPI next week, which could be another mover before our December expiration trades. For our 3 December expiration trades, we've got Roku and Boeing. We're trying to roll. Trying to roll both of these for no credits, so 0-0. Right now for Roku, the mark is 70. That's probably not going to get filled. Boeing, bid is at 0. Market's at 95. This one's going to be hard to roll, but we'll see. IWM's fine. Down 14. These are January expirations. Same thing with XBI. Not down that much. Down $50. That's okay. And then our SPY. This one's tough. Our short strike is 556. We sold the 556 and bought the 456 and bought the 461. I think rolling this one won't be that hard. Actually, let's try to roll this one right now. So first what we'll do is our cost basis is 65, so I'll write that one down. SPY 65. All right, so once you have that number, let's go ahead. We'll cancel this order. And we'll go to our SPY position and click roll, because this one expires next week, Friday. So let's roll together. So we're going to buy 1 December 456 call and sell 1 December 461 call. That'll close the December position, and we'll open January the next month over with the same strikes. We'll see if we can get a credit. Let's go -5. All right, so we'll receive a credit of $5. We'll preview this. So buy 1 to close, sell 1 to close. Then sell 1 456 call to open and buy 1 461 call to open. We'll receive a credit of $5. That brings our cost basis down, okay? We'll send that one out. This one should get filled a lot easier, way more liquid than the Roku or Boeing one. So when I always talk about having the stocks being liquid, it's a lot easier to roll when you have better liquidity. Otherwise, you end up in scenarios where you got the spread of -5 credit and $1.70 debit, making this one really hard to roll. So next week, Friday, if Boeing and Roku doesn't roll, we'll go over what to do on expiration Friday next week, okay? Like I said yesterday, we haven't had a single losing trade all year long. Probability-wise, that makes sense. Each trade that we open has a potential of like 7 or 8% of max loss. So it's going to happen, just not very often. All right, let's look at new positions to open. First up is AMD. AMD had a monster day yesterday. When we looked at it yesterday morning, it wasn't up that much, but it had a great day and it's up again today. Looking on the call side for January expiration. We sold the 145 and bought the 150. What do you get? Pull out our calculator. That's 128 minus 201 minus 127 divided by 2 divided by 500. 7.4% there. That's interesting. Make a mark on AMD, okay? Let's move on. Next up is Lululemon, post-earnings. Here's our chart. right. Good looking chart. Near all-time highs, I believe. All-time high is around 486. So we're close, but not there yet. Let's look at the call side. If you sold, we're going to pass on this one just because it's not very liquid. Not a lot of volume, not a lot of open interest. Oof, no. Pass on the call side. On the put side, maybe? 20-cent spread here. 15-cent spread here. Put side's a little bit more liquid, but I think we'll hold on this one for now. Moving on, ALB, following up from this one yesterday. Up 4%. Earnings are February 14th. Here's our chart. Had a strong day yesterday. Ugly chart. On the call side, if you sold the 155, now actually never mind, same issue, no volume here. Put side has a little bit more volume. 10-cent spread here at the 105. I think we'll take this one off. Next is Google. Forgot why they were in the news today. No news. Earnings are February 1st, so that's after January expiration. It's kind of hanging out in this range since July, so there's no clear direction on this one. That's what's tricky about this. Call side maybe. If you sold the 148.5 and bought the 152.5, that's a $400 spread. 106 minus 58 divided by 2 divided by 400, 6% on the nose there. That one's interesting. There's going to be a lot of call skew on these. If you sold on the put side the 127.5 and bought the 122.5, what do you get? 89 minus 45 divided by 2 divided by 500, 4.4. So yeah, sell the call side. It's your better bet. Next, DocuSign. DOCU, post earnings move. Not that much, 2.5%. Looks like it opened down and is rallying up, coming close to the 200-day. Anywhere between 50 and 51.5 should hit resistance. 51-ish. Call side for January. If you sold the 55 and bought the 60, what do you get? Good liquidity here. 51 minus 13 divided by 2 divided by 500, only 3.8%. So skip the call side. On the put side, if you sold the 42.5 and bought the 37.5, what do you get? Nothing. 37 minus 8 divided by 2 divided by 500, only 3%. So skip DocuSign. Next, Avago, Broadcom. Post earnings as well? Yes, correct. Yesterday after the close, no movement here, so this one's probably going to be a dud. Skip the call side and the put side. Skip the put side. We got 50-cent spreads here. Pass. Next up, Micron. We just exited our Micron trade a couple days ago. That's why earnings are coming up on the 20th, so about a week and a half from now we'll follow up then after earnings. Moving on. Apple. Morgan Stanley raises price target today. Okay. Earnings are February 1st. We've got plenty of time, and it's post January expiration. Right, hovering right around all-time highs here. For this one, I'd rather hit, like we did with Microsoft, wait for it to hit all-time highs and then sell a call spread. We're a little early on this one. Okay, we'll skip this one. Moving on. Spotify. News from them today. Maintain, outperform. Price target raise. Rosenblatt reiterates neutral. Barclays maintains overweight. So some upgrades here. Or maintains, outperform. Next earnings are January 30th. That's after January expiration. Here's our chart. Could hit resistance anywhere between, well, right here, yeah, 202. 202 to 230. On the call side, skip this one. Hardly any volume, hardly any liquidity. We'll pass this one. Next, Tesla TSLA. Okay, earnings for Tesla are January 24th. I think that's post earnings. Or sorry, post expiration. Yeah. Okay. Here's our chart. Again, with this one, no clear direction. You got this downward movement here that is hitting. But we also have this upward movement here. Lower low, lower low, lower low. Could continue up. So, makes this one tough. On the call side, if you sold the 280 and bought the 285, that's 417 minus 345 divided by 2 divided by 500, 7.2% there. Okay, put side. If you sold the 210 and bought the 205, 317 minus 247 divided by 2 divided by 500, 7% there as well. There's a little bit of call skew. So if you want to open something today in Tesla, sell the call spread. I'm going to pass. Next up, Restoration Hardware, RH. I think this is post earnings as well. Down 13%. Could catch a bottom around anywhere from 234 down to 215. So let's look at the put side. 210, you'd want to sell the 210. Liquidity's not great here though. A little bit of volume. You sold the 210 and bought the 200. That's $1,000 spread. That's 307 minus 190 divided by 2 divided by 1,000 is 5.8%. That's okay. Not great. Let's move on. Carrier. All cash offer from Honeywell. Security division. Earnings are February 6th. Let's look at the call side here as well. It's already selling off a bit. Not liquid enough. You need to sell. The 60 is too close and the 62.5 is too far out. On the put side, you get paid more to sell the put side in case this deal falls through, but same thing. Hardly any volume. 10-cent spread here. Let's move on. Let's check out the TLT. This is post jobs report. Yields moving up, but not much. Again, I'd wait till hits around 97.5 to sell the call spread. Getting close. But if you want to sell the call spread today, sell the 100. Buy the 103. What do you get? 68 minus 34 divided by 2 divided by 300. 5.6% there. That's okay. It's tough. I've traded the TLT before. You don't really get paid for it. And when it moves, it just moves in one direction. Right now it's moving up. But yeah, right now if you want to sell the 100, fine. If not, wait till it gets close to the 200-day moving average and then go ahead and sell the call spread. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? Next, let's take a quick look at Alibaba, see if it's near 65 yet. No, 72. Could be bottoming here, though. Let's look at the put side. If you sold the 65 and bought the 60, what do you get? 85 minus 29 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5.6. That one's okay. I still rather do AMD at this point. Let's take a look at USO oil. Some volatility still here. Hold. Wait till it gets to around 61, then we'll sell the put spread. All right. We rolled our SPY short call spread. So let's go over this one together. Get some pen and paper out. You'll need your calculator to do this one. Okay. Let me get the tablet of paper here. So we sold the SPY call spread. We sold the 456 and bought the 461 and we were credited 65 cents, okay? Let's go to account here really quick and go to orders. SPY was filled. And our cost basis is 303, okay? In 1 second. So we sold it at 10:01. So this first one here is closing. So the January one, we sold the 456 January for 10.10. Okay. So here we go. Look at the December. Take 562 minus 264. That's 298. So we took a loss of 298. All right. And we got a cost basis now of 303. So we got a $5 credit. So plus 5 there. And we got a credit of 65 as well. So 298. And the new one sold at 10.10. And the other one, where's the other January? 707. So we bought the January at 707. 10, 10, minus 707. That's 303. And close the loss at 298. So take 303. So what we'll do is we'll set the buy to close order on this one. 65 plus, we're going to create a 5 divided by 3. So we'll set the buy to close order at 35 cents, okay? So we're going to go to close here. So it's now the January position, which expiration is in about 42 days, okay? So we're going to set the close order as 0.35. Set this as good till canceled. Double check the ticket. Buy 1 January 456 called and sell 1 461 call. Preview that. Buy 1 call to close, sell 1 call to close. And 35. So what this will do is it'll take an account for the loss that we took plus the original $30 that we're trying to make, okay? We'll go ahead and send this one out. Debit 35, call to close. Go ahead and send it out. And I'll hang tight here. So right now it's at 303, trying to get down to 335. So when rolling, don't spend money, don't debit to roll. We received a credit of $5, so that just brings our cost basis down. Okay? Same spreads, risking the same $500. So there's still, all we did was receive more credit. Okay? And if SPY continues to move back down, we'll make all that money back. I think we opened the short call spread somewhere around here. Had this big move against us. The first strike was in the money. Second one, getting close, 461. Almost got there today. So this just buys us more time. Got us a little bit more credit. And we didn't have to pay for it. That's the best way you can roll. The Boeing and Roku spreads going to be a little harder to roll. Okay. Moving on. We were looking at oil, right? Let's look at XOP. We looked at USO. Here's XOP. Getting a little bit of bounce, just like USO. We'll hold on this one, I think. On the put side, we sold the 120 and bought the 115. Yeah. 115 minus 63 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5.2% there. Not that great. We'll hold on this one. Next, all right, let's go to our IV rank scanner and we'll sort by volume. IWM, we have our position open. It's doing okay. Our strikes are the 197, 200. If you want to open something today, sell the 198. Sell the 198 and buy the 205. That's a $700 spread though. Okay, that's 129 minus 50 divided by 2 divided by 700. 5.6. It may have missed the move already on this one. What are we trying to get? 20 divided by 300. Yeah, we're trying to get a 6.6%. I think the move may have already been made on the IWM, which makes sense. We had this big move up here, and now it's kind of tapered off, kind of just range bound for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. So I wouldn't open anything on IWM now. I'd wait. TLT we already looked at earlier. Marathon Digital, Robinhood, ChargePoint, Rivian. Let's check out Rivian. RIVN. Nothing here. No. Let's go back to the list. PayPal, Upstart. I think we looked at PayPal yesterday. Paramount's up 12% today. Let's check that one out. Small stock though, maybe nothing there. Probably takeover rumors. Although, call side. Nah, you'd have to sell the 20. It's awfully close. Sell the 20 by the 22.5. What do you get? 37 minus 17 divided by 2 divided by 250. 4%. Skip Paramount. CanView, no, we traded that one before. Probably has earnings coming up. Riot. Citigroup, interesting. Citigroup, the banks are about a little over a month away. It's a little early for them to be starting to price in earnings volatility, but maybe. What a chart. Straight move up like the rest of the market. Let's look at the call side here. Just remember, this expiration of January will include their earnings. $52.5 is too close and $55 is too far out. Back to the list. GDX, no thank you. Stick to the GLD. GameStop had earnings yesterday. GLD still has a little bit of volatility. Let's check it out. I think the move's already been made though. Yeah, it's got a little bit of volatility here. Not much, so not like back in October, November when we sold our call spread. You got paid way more then. Here's our chart. No clear direction on this one. Selling the call spread's already passed. It's a little bit early to sell a put spread. If you sold the 195 and bought the 200, what do you get? 105 minus 50 divided by 2 divided by 500. Now 5.5%. I think earlier when we checked it on Monday, selling the call spread was like over 6%. Now it's 5.5. Skip. Move has already been made. Nikola, SoFi. Next page. Walgreens has earnings on January 4th. That's a little less than a month away. We'll skip the KRE. Let's check it out. I'm waiting for a move to 56. This thing's moving slow, but yeah, if you sold the 54 and bought the 56, what do you get? 44 minus 23 divided by 2 divided by 200. Is that right? 10%? That can't be right. Maybe I messed up the math. 44 minus 23 divided by 2 divided by 200, and that makes percent 5.2%. Put side, if you sold the 44 and bought the 41. 44 minus 17 divided by 2 divided by 300, 4.5% there. This is all fairly priced. There's no really good deal here. I don't know, HCP, Carnival. Cruise lines did really well so far. CCL. Earnings for the cruise lines are December 21st. Too close. What's the ticker for Norwegian? February 27th for earnings. Look at this chart. Cuckoo. Has this big moves up, big move down, then a big move up again. Wow. Let's look at the call side. You'd have to sell. 21's too close. Skip this one. Anything else? UNG. Chewy. XBI, we already have our position open. Let's take a look at the XBI, then we'll call it for today. We have the 85.90 short call spread. Here's the 85 as our short and 90 as the cover. Could be catching the top right here. On the call side, though, if you want to open something today, sell the 89. Yeah, I'm buying the 94. It's 82 minus 32 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5% on the nose. What are we trying to get? 27. We're trying to do a little bit more than 5%. Gives you a lot more room to run, though. $89 is right here. Sell the 89 and buy the 94. Cool. I think that'll do it for this day. That'll do it for this week. So we rolled our SPY short call spread, received a credit of $5. So that just lowers our cost basis even more. Still risking the same $500. All we did is buy more time. Same spread, same credit. All we do is buy some time, which is great. Rolling Roku and Boeing is going to be a little bit more challenging. We may have to take the loss, or we can average down our position, which I don't like doing, but it's kind of like a last-ditch Hail Mary solution. We'll go over that next week once we get close to expiration. I'd rather not, but we can always do that if we feel confident in our direction. All right. Thanks so much for watching this week. Happy Friday, everyone. Tune in every morning, 7:15 a.m. on the West Coast and 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. We go live every morning trading options. Like, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe as well. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all Monday morning.